to address that viewer that Danielle talked about that called in with a 105-degree reading in Northwest Hastings. I wouldn't doubt that for an instant. Grand Island did hit 105. Hastings officially was around 102, but it all depends on where your thermometer is placed. When we talk about temperatures, we're talking about temperatures, and our forecasts are given for areas in the shade. And, you know, when it's the thermometer's in direct sunlight, that can read some 10 to 15 degrees warmer. But our forecasts are for shaded areas. So when we forecast a high of 100 degrees, that's 100 degrees in the shade. It can be even hotter if it's in direct sunlight, and humidity and direct sunshine certainly has an impact on temperatures. Even though they're in the shade, triple-digit readings are again going to be in the forecast over the next couple of days through Thursday, as this heat will continue. Will feel like tomorrow between 100 to 110 degrees, depending on where you're at. Mainly to the east, the higher amounts have been located over the last day or two, and they are again today. That's where the higher feels like temperatures have been. And then we'll dial back the heat a little bit, heading toward the end of the week and into the weekend. Cooler temperatures, maybe some chances for storms Friday into the weekend. Let's take a look at where we stand currently right now. We've got clear skies, 102 in Grand Island and Hastings. Kearney sitting at 98 degrees. So we were above 100 again today. That means it's the 6th day that we have seen 100 degrees or more for 2023, putting us 5th on the list over the last 30 years. Put that into perspective, heading into, if we take a look at all the records historically, and it's a different story. It's hard to believe that in 1934 we had 47 days of 100-degree heat. 1936 saw 45. That is staggering. And 1901 as well. So all of those came a long, long time ago. In fact, in 1936, 26 days of July were above 100 degrees. We're forecasting 100 again tomorrow at the Tri-Cities and also in Lincoln. However, I think only Lincoln stands a chance of seeing a record high, as those are pretty high for us across Grand Island, Hastings, and Kearney, approaching 110, 111 degrees. Current temperatures right now range from the 90s to lower 100s, and where you see these 90s, this is where the humidity was a little bit higher today. Notice the Kearney, 67 compared to 59 in Hastings, 61 in Grand Island. We have readings in the 70s as far as dew points go across eastern Nebraska, but check out what it feels like out there, with temperatures anywhere between 107 to 120 degrees out in eastern Nebraska. Excessive heat warnings will continue into Thursday. They've been extended into Thursday evening till 10 o'clock for feels like readings anywhere between 105 to 110 degrees. Well, we've got an upper level high pressure ridge, and off to the west, that's where we're finding the stronger winds as we get that circulation wrapped around that high. With gusts as high as 32 miles an hour. They've been up to 38 around Imperial. There's the position of the upper level high. Gradually, as we get closer to the weekend, this is going to dive farther toward the south and west. As far as your planner goes for tonight, we'll start out the evening around 100 degrees, then through the 90s to about 85 degrees at 11 o'clock. Overnight lows tonight will drop to about 76. It's going to remain humid, oppressive out there during the evening hours, and again tomorrow with heat index values up to 108. It'll feel like actual temperatures actually will be around 103. It'll feel like 108. And here's a look at the forecast highs across the region. 100's pretty much widespread across much of the region. As far as Thursday, 102 degrees. Then we'll cut back those temperatures a little bit heading into Friday, 91. Lower 80s for the weekend. A little better chances for some scattered showers and thunderstorms, and then 80s into the early part of next week. We'll be back with more news coming up.